have some fun while trying to beat the challenge. Oh my god. Got to be careful, and this thing did the same thing as the track. In today's video, I'm going to be back in Lucy car driving with the Range Rover Sport SVR, and we'll be taking on the track for a challenge. Now the rules are, we cannot crash this thing, we cannot flip it, and we can't spin it out. Sounds pretty simple, but we just have to see how this goes. So let's launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Love the front end lift, not bad acceleration for SUV. But we gotta keep in mind this thing is very heavy and this thing is very big. Now this is going to be my second SUV taken on the track doing the challenge, which is another very bad idea, but we're doing it anyway. But we got to keep in mind that the SUVs handle a lot different from the cars. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm a lot used to taking cars on the track and doing the challenge, because I mostly drive cars in the game. I don't really drive SUVs to that extent, maybe like once in a while and once in a month or so on. So I don't really have that much experience with the SUVs, but they do handle different because this game actually makes it very realistic. So we got to keep that in mind, which is why I added the rule to we can't flip it, because usually with cars you don't really have to worry about flipping them because they're not that easy to flip, but the SUV, that's a whole nother challenge or problem. So we got to keep that in mind. But so far this thing's actually taking the turns pretty well. Now I feel like this thing should be able to make it to the end in one piece, because we did do the challenge with the track arc. That was my previous video. If you see that, you see where it made it through in one piece, but it fought every corner. When I say fought, it sounds so weird to me. I'm not used to using that word. I'm just going to use fight. It fight through every corner. Hopefully this thing can fight through every corner as well and make it to the end in one piece without any spin outs or crash. But I mean, if the truck car can do it, I'm pretty sure this thing can do it. Even though there are two different cars with two different handling, two different speeds, everything's different, they're still similar in size. They're SUVs. So that's why I say if it can do it, then this thing should be able to do it. But we just gotta give it our best, and hopefully the car give it its best, or vice versa. So far it's doing okay, so I like that so far. I like what I'm seeing. It's not going crazy, even though it's kind of a bit different to take the turns. Like I can see a difference versus the car. With the cars I can take the turns a lot faster and I don't really have to brake that much. With the SUV I gotta brake a little more, and I gotta brake earlier, because this thing does not stop on a dime. It has a way longer braking distance than most cars, which is reasonable because it's a bigger vehicle and different size, all of that stuff. But it's doing quite okay. I gotta give it that. It's handling a lot better than I thought it would. Oh, it's just, I love the way how it slides through some of these turns, like the slip angle, all of that stuff. It's a lot funner than doing it with cars. In terms of handling, if we weren't doing a challenge, it would be a lot. It's a lot funner. I gotta give it that, because like when I'm taking the turns, this thing is just slipping through the turns. It's a lot funner. But we gotta be very careful, because we gotta keep in mind that we're actually doing a challenge and we're not trying to send this thing through every turn just because we want to have fun. We're actually trying to make this thing make it to the end. Could have been very bad there. We almost lost it there. Thankfully we knew what to do and we just straightened it back out and we're good. Because we could have lost the challenge here by having a spin out, but we're okay. And I think it was mainly because the fact I tried to go in third person here that made that happen. Because I was still turning while trying to go into third person, so that was very bad. Very dumb thing to do. Some more third person action. Yeah, you can see this thing is pretty much just sliding through most of the turns, which is pretty fun. That's why I say it's a lot funner than just taking a turn in the car, not sliding the square. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're trying to get out of it. But if you want to have fun, the SUV is definitely a lot fun. But it all depends on how you want to handle. Like if you're trying to get a good time, if you're trying to have fun or whatnot. For us, we're trying to just beat the challenge. But I mean, we can still have some fun while trying to beat the challenge. Oh my gosh, this thing is getting some crazy angles. When I'm in third person, I feel like I'm going to lose it, because it seems like a lot more angle than the car has counter steer for. Like if it was in first person, I feel like it would be a different view. because I could see exactly where I am and how much angle the car has got. In third person, it's a lot scarier. Like every time I see the car going sideways in third person, like my heart legit dropped. But so far, this thing is doing pretty well. It's fighting through the turns and it's doing very, very well. Look at that. Look at that. This thing actually hugged the turn. Like it hugs the apex very well. It's handling so much better than I thought it was. I feel like it's even handling better than the Trackhawk. I think this thing has a little bit better handling than the Trackhawk. I can't really compare it because I don't remember exactly how the Trackhawk handled, but I know that for some of these turns, the Trackhawk gave me a lot more problems to deal with than this thing. This thing is actually taking the turns pretty decent. But the Trackhawk had a lot more crazy acceleration. Like every time I hit the gas, it was so insanely fast. This thing, it's fast, but it's not as crazy with the acceleration as the Trackhawk. So I think that's definitely helping in taking the turns a little better. Oh, it's getting crazy on me. But it's taking the turn very well. That's what I like to see. It's even oversteering, which is crazy for an SUV this size. See if we can get third person here. This is not very smart, but who cares? Looks a lot funner in third person, especially look at that cinematic view and see the weight transfer and all of that stuff. Yeah, get some of this view as well. This view is very scary at times, but it depends on which part of the track we're on, to be honest. Here it's not that bad. I mean, I can still see where I'm going pretty well. But I don't know exactly when the cars... You see, if the car was to oversteer now or had a power slide, it would be very bad because I couldn't really see how much angle I have or where exactly the wheels are pointed and all of that stuff, which is very, very scary. In third person and first person I can see, I mean we could still see it, but we wouldn't know exactly when to counter steer or let the car do it for ourselves or ease up off the gas. Look at that, oh my gosh. Yo, that was crazy and perfect at the same time. And I'm not scared when the car starts to go sideways now because I'm feeling a lot more confident in this thing. Like even when it goes sideways, I feel like we can still catch it back. That's how good this thing is at that handling. It's doing so much better than I thought it would. Like when I was just starting the video, I thought this thing was going to give me a hard time, but it's doing so well. I'm very proud of it. I think I was just overreacting to when this thing was like sliding through the turns. Because this thing is just so controllable. Even though it slides through most of the turns, it's still very controllable. I was just overreacting. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This thing taking the turns at this speed for this size vehicle is very crazy. So well, I'm very proud of it, and we're almost at the end. Look at that. We don't even have to ease up off the gas. We can just flow it straight through the turn. Gotta be careful, and this thing did the same thing as the truck. Same thing as the truck. Oh, I got too excited, but yo, this thing could have done it. I'm not even joking. I feel like that was purely my fault. That was purely my fault. I'm not gonna blame the car for that. I got overconfident in it, but that was purely my fault. I'm gonna be honest. In reality, this thing passed the challenge, but in terms of what happened, it didn't. But this thing could have passed the challenge. I don't even want to blame the car for that. I'm not even going to blame the car. That was 100% my fault. The car passed the challenge itself, but for me driving it, I failed myself for that because the car passed the challenge. The car, I'm not going to be biased about the car, bro. I failed myself. The car did not fail. I failed the car, bro, because the car that wasn't even near the car's fault, bro. That was 100% driver error. So I'm not going to fail the car for that, but I definitely failed myself. But the car did so well. I'm just very disappointed that I don't even know what I did there, but I feel like I wasn't paying attention. I lift up my hand there off the keyboard. Okay, I know exactly what happened. I lift up my hand off the keyboard and I started to lose focus. That was 100% my fault. That wasn't the car's fault any at all. Range Rover, I'm very proud of you. I failed myself for that. That was my fault, bro. The car did nothing wrong there.